Hi, this is Leslie. I'm off to Brisbane in Queensland, Australia on Batik Air Malaysia's OD157 via Bali. Online check-in opens 24 hours before departure, up to an hour before you fly for domestic flights and 2 hours for international. I'm flying out of Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Terminal 1, and with my online check-in taken care of, I was there early to print my boarding pass and bag tag at one of the kiosks, so I could use the self-bag drop option. Peel, attach it and drop, and that's at row E. The process is quick and easy, then I was off to drop my bag. There are airport staff who can help if needed. If you hit a problem dropping your bag, as I did, it wouldn't read the barcode. Go along to the service desk at E18. My problem was sorted out quickly and I was on my way. My flight left from the main terminal building as the aircraft was a Boeing 737 MAX 8. Gate G and H are in this building. The concourse is well provided with water fountains and clean toilets. And they have lots of stores selling duty-free items, including Malaysian delicacies. Want to do some plane spotting? You can get a bite to eat or watch the action on the tarmac if you've got plenty of time. If you're flying in a larger aircraft, you'll leave from the sea gates in the satellite building on the other side of the tarmac, so allow enough time for the ride over on the free Airtrain. Make sure you arrive at your gate in plenty of time, as the single security check is at the entrance to the gate lounge. If you filled your water bottle, you'll have to empty it or discard it here, and there's no dispenser inside to refill it. There's no toilet inside either, so make sure you go first. Flight time from Kuala Lumpur to Bali Denpasar is about 2 hours and 50 minutes. An after dark arrival into Denpasar is pretty if you have a window seat landing from the east. You can clearly see the huge Garuda statue from the A seats. Since the stopover is only an hour, I had to stay on the aircraft, which gave me time to chat with the crew and check out which seats were best. Our aircraft, 9M LRL, is a single-aisle, all-economy Boeing 737 MAX 8. My seat was 5A. The seat was comfortable, with wing headrests, and legroom was sufficient unless you're quite tall. Seats 11 and 12A and 12F don't have a window. The rows are offset until they line up at row 12. This meant that although 5F had a good single window, my 5A had two with a wall in between them. Rows 17 and 18 are the exit rows in this aircraft with extra legroom and clear breaks in the floor lighting. Seats in rows 16 and 17 may not recline. There's no seat back screen, so seats are clean underneath with no IFE box. Your in-flight entertainment is available on your own device via Wi-Fi. Instructions for connecting are on the underside of the tray table. As there's no USB socket and power banks can't be used during the flight, make sure your device is fully charged before you board. The toilets are clean with baby change tables in the rear units, and as in most aircraft of this type, These toilets are pretty compact. You'll find it hard to wash your face or brush your teeth in this narrow basin, but there are lots of mirrors. The single toilet at the front of the cabin is really tiny, and there's no baby change table, but the sink was a bit more accessible. All the toilets were kept clean on both legs of the flight, and the air freshener was a nice touch. After takeoff from Denpasar, you have a chance to get a bit of sleep if you don't want the meal service. This leg takes just under 5.5 hours. As I wasn't bothered about the lack of in-flight entertainment, I had a good look through their magazine. It has useful destination articles and the onboard menu and duty-free items. I chose to eat only once on the first leg of the trip and had pre-ordered the nasi lemak option, which comes with a small bottle of water. The meals are similar to those on another Malaysian carrier and compared reasonably well. The portion's adequate if you're not a big eater, and it was quite tasty. However, the process of serving could be improved. Apart from the discounted meal and free water, there was no great advantage in pre-ordering, as meals were served in order as the cart moved along the aisle. After the cabin lights go up, if you're sitting in an A seat, you should get a great view of the sunrise as you fly over country Queensland. We landed from the east on the western runway, coming in over Moreton Bay. We touched down in Brisbane about 10 minutes early and made it to our gate before larger flights due soon after. This meant that even though we pulled in at the furthest gate, 73A, I was through immigration and customs very quickly and on the platform waiting for the train in just over half an hour after landing. If you've enjoyed our video and would like to see more, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.